I'm Alan Hall, and I'm here with my Uptime podcast co-host, Joel Saxum, and we're in New Orleans for American Clean Power 2023. We thought our listeners should be the first to know about an exciting new merger between EOLOGIX and PING. EOLOGIX and PING are obviously both known for a suite of innovative world-first sensors that are and some cloud-based products that allow operators to keep their blades spinning all around the world. So here with us is Thomas Schlegl, CEO and founder of EOLOGIX.
Hi Adam.
And Matthew Stead, CEO and co-founder of PING. Welcome.
Thanks, Alan.
People have been asking me for the last week about this potential merger between EOLOGIX and PING. What brought the two of you together?
The common vision and mission we both share. So really being the leader in blade health monitoring, contribute to the whole industry in a way as we see the blades are the most important parts. Coming from the EOLOGIX side, coming from the ice detection, safety part, and launching our first CMS product last year for pitch misalignment, we saw that we also need to extend our product portfolio in a kind of a what we always call like cheap and cheerful, like being easy to attach, easy for the customer to have it on a turbine, to try it, right? So that was one where we see really big synergy with PING, and also starting the last months getting feet on the ground in the US, kind of emerging out of Europe, and where PING has a big, great reputation here in the States.
About 6 months ago, I was listening to a panel, and on that panel was probably 4 of the largest asset owners in the States. And on that panel, they were sitting there going, hey guys, we all know we want CMS. We want to be monitoring our blades somehow. And then they also, the next step of that conversation was, okay, who are you using? And they were saying, literally every one of us is testing multiple options. So now they have an option of 2 of these that were already on the list coming together as one. So I think that's a huge win.
So Matthew, you're bringing together sort of 2 sets of sensors. PING is more of an acoustic-based system where it's listening for blade damage, and they got the internal blade sensor and a number in the icing detection piece. EOLOGIX is bringing on-blade sensors, things that actually physically attach to the blade for temperature, ice detection, pitch alignment. It's an IMU-based system. So how do those 2 get merged together? How do they become complementary there?
What I love about this is the holistic view, so we can see the whole blade. So we're sort of touching and feeling the blade, and then we're sort of sensing it and hearing it from afar. And the number of sensors that EOLOGIX have built into their sensors, we're measuring a whole lot of physical parameters, and we're doing the same. So we're at the base of the turbine, we're measuring sound. We're also measuring lightning strikes through magnetic fields, as you know.
Yeah.
So we've got this holistic view onto the health of the blade.
So between the 2 companies, you're on a lot of turbines at the moment. How many sensors do you have out in the field? I
think there's like a total of 10,000 sensors or so, 30 countries. So this is a massive, step up for what we've been doing.
That's huge. That is by far and away more than I think anybody else in the CMS market has in blades.
That partnership must bring together some sort of new ideas, right? If you start thinking about the capabilities you bring together, where does that go in the sort of global blade market? There's a lot of, as we know, there's a lot of turbines that are struggling right now. We've had collapsed turbines more recently. How do you try to address that with the technology you bring to bear?
So obviously we'll carry forward our existing products and then have more of a modular approach.
Okay.
But we've got 3 things that we'll be aiming to release this calendar year.
Oh, wow.
So we've got big plans. The team are behind us. But the first one is integrating the EOLOGIX sensor into our power and communications module, which is very simple, super easy to install. Just slap it onto the tower with magnets. The next one is integrating cloud. So, customers hate having multiple cloud systems. So we have all the data in one spot. That's the next one. And then, the big one is really that blade health CMS around structural damage. So combining multiple sensors, so we're getting sensor fusion. So sensor fusion, we're getting acoustics, we're getting vibration, we're getting all these sensors together to get a much better outcome.
It's always better if you're measuring the same effect 2 different ways, right? It's sort of the belt and suspenders. I think that's one thing that's missing today in the CMS world is you have one sensor making a lot of decisions. right? And the customers get very concerned about that. What if that sensor is wrong? What if that sensor is broken?
False positives.
A lot of false positives. You hear that on, I know you're going to hear that on the show floor today. You solve that problem, essentially, because you will measure blade defects two different ways.
I think it's even not possible to rely on one physical measurement to cover all kind of damages.
Yes.
So there will be kind of damages which you won't cover with vibration, but acoustic measurement will help you, right? And it's the same way the other way around.
And from the smarts of the team in the background, you can start to derive correlation between the two. When people start seeing this, like, oh, hey, I've got this level this from this sensor. I got this level this from this sensor. Let me send a guy out. Hey, it was nothing. Well, that starts to rub people the wrong way, right? So if you can get those things together and clear some of those up, that's huge.
Yeah, and absolutely, our customers have been asking for this as well. We've had a few people say, "Yeah, I love what you're doing. That'd be great if you can add this." And
isn't it always that way?
Yeah. Like, now we can do that.
Could it be better? Yeah.
Both of you have numerous customers all around the world. What should they be expecting over the next couple of months? Will things change for them tomorrow, or it pretty much remain the same, and then just more benefits as they go along?
For existing customers, nothing will change, right? At the instant, the same people stay the same contacts, but in the next months, they can expect having more out of from the same contact persons, right? To, like Matt said, this modular approach. So if you have blade damage detection, but you need safety ice detection, for example, you can add it on from your same partner, same contacts, and then in the near future, even more application solutions out of the same contact or same company.
Right, so the existing logo will sort of get merged together. You can see the logo behind us, so it's EOLOGIX-PING in a sort of infinity loop there. I think that makes a lot of sense, because if you're an existing customer, you want your Ping to do what it's been doing, right? You want your EOLOGIX sensors to do what it's been doing. You don't want to see a lot of changes there. But those added features can become really important, because I think that's one of the benefits to Ping and EOLOGIX is you can flip on added features as you need them. Not everybody needs everything, but they need a subset of that, and they want to have that access. Is that sort of the kind of the cafeteria menu system of what you need for your turbine?
Yeah, I strongly believe that not one customer is the same as the other one. So you have these different sites, you have the different states, different countries, different regulations. For ice detection, it's the same. Sometimes you only need the cheap gear for performance improvement. Sometimes you need the highly accurate certified system if you have a turbine in the central of a harbor of Antwerp, for example. You can choose from the solution and add whatever you want to have.
Yeah, and we've been doing that for a while, sort of turning things on and off, so our customers don't need to buy the whole package up front. Right. We can turn things on and off as we go along, so they can add the ice or the lightning detection later on if they wish.
You guys have both been playing in the sensor space, of course, so it's tough to get that pilot project, and you got to there's sometimes the sales cycle to get people to get these things on their turbines is 2 years long, right? But now they have all these other offerings to bring to the table that you guys do as a team. So I think that it just makes the the return on investment and the interest should be a lot higher from the marketplace.
Yeah, I think being aware of what the customer is willing to pay is
perfect.
Critical.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
From a customer standpoint, again, I assume your sales base is going to increase. My salesperson would be the same person, right? I'd be still reaching out to the same person, but I may have more resources behind that salesperson. So now, if I have an EOLOGIX system, now I can contact my EOLOGIX representative and say, hey, what about this Ping system, and vice versa, right? The Ping users can go, hey, I'm in northern Canada. I need this ice detection feature. I need to know when I can turn my turbines back on. You can go through the Ping representative to do that.
Also in terms of service and support, right? Having this different countries now, in the States, people on the ground, in Europe, in Australia, in Adelaide. It's a nearly 24/7 contact able.
Well, congratulations to both EOLOGIX and Ping and everybody behind the scenes. I know how hard the teams have been working to get this done, and all the new technology that's happening. So I think the future looks extremely bright, and congratulations to both of you. And if you're at ACP this week, stop by booth 810, where you can be introduced to Thomas and Matthew and all the great technology they have to offer at the combined EOLOGIX and Ping.